What's up guys, Max here, and we're going to be talking about Wally. But before we start any conversations, I got to give you a disclosure. This Guardian's part of my account and I have access to it because I'm part of the Kabam Creator Program, KCP. Now, because I'm part of them, it doesn't mean that I have some crazy advantage. I just get the Guardian a day or two before he's actually released to make some videos, some content, or information like this to release and make content on it so I can share it on the channel and also you guys get informed. Now, because of that, I do ask a big favor from you guys. Now, one big favor, leave it in the comments below anything that I might miss inside this video for future improvements on these Guardians breakdowns or gameplays or whatever you want to see from this channel on the new Guardians that are coming in the future. We got Simba coming in just a couple of days, I believe. Don't know the exact date, but right now we're talking Wally. So whatever you want to see on Simba that you might have not seen on Wally, uncover it, leave it in the comments. And while you're down there, please drop a like because that helps the channel so much, and subscribe if you haven't. Or maybe you want to give it a couple more days on the channel and say, okay, you know, Max is pretty cool, I like his videos. So then we'll hit the subscribe, but definitely drop the like. That helps a ton, guys. So let's jump into Wally now that we have given out those disclosures. As you guys know, he's actually added to the game already. You can actually go in there and read about his abilities. So we're going to be covering those, and then we're going to jump into the gameplay. So if you want to go fast forward into the gameplay, fast forward a couple of minutes as we're going to uncover some of his abilities. But if you're staying here now and you've been watching this, thank you. I like you. All right, so some of his abilities are basically going to be very interesting. He's fully immune to wounds and poison. Okay, that's not interesting. What is incredibly interesting is that he cannot heal. Oh, hell no! So if you got a healer and he's popping off healing all over the map, well, don't worry, Wally won't gain none of that. But don't worry about this. There is some healing, but he's instead gonna gain a 5% armor. And also on top of the 5% armor, he gains whenever any buff on Wally expires, he gains an additional 5% armor. Also, every 10 seconds, Wally gets a 5% defensive buff for 10 seconds. And just keep that in mind, whenever that thing expires, he's going to gain another 5% armor that does not expire. So keep the expiration of these buffs in your head if possible, and remember the 5% armor he's going to gain for every buff that expires. Now, his abilities don't stop there. He's got a special ability which has a 9-second cooldown. Wally gains 5% defensive buffs for 5 seconds, and it has a stack of 5. So 5 is what he can gain. Then Wally knocks back all enemies around him, launches a special, knocks back everybody, and he's got 5 buffs. And when those expire, guess what happens? You said it. All right, one more thing. When Wally is in the target of a heal effect, remember, he can't heal. He gains a heal charge. So instead of healing, he's going to be gaining a heal charge. Those have a stack of 3. So keep that number in mind. You need 3. If Wally uses his special ability when he has the 3 heal charges, all heal charges are removed and he is healed for 10% HP. Now, this number is incredible. Okay, this number doesn't stop at 10%. We're gonna go and maximize this number, and this is his signature ability. And as long as you have him awaken or his signature ability unlocked, he's gonna be able to heal. But if you don't have that unlocked, then you don't get the healing. So when he is at level 100, which is his max, he's gonna be healing 25 HP. So don't worry, this guy can heal, and he can heal by a lot. It's just that he needs to be at level 100, and he needs to have 3 charges of the healing and then launch that special, and he's gonna gain all that 25 HP back. So that is very interesting to me when it comes to this Guardian right here. Now let's cover some of his talents. Okay, so at first I was a little confused with his talents, but we're gonna cover them here, and we're gonna look at how these actually work out once we're into the gameplay. So some of the talents that I actually have uncovered here is basically, and we might switch them up back and forth. Okay guys, we're back. I know it doesn't seem like I stepped away, but I did. My dogs are making a ruckus. They're making a lot of noise, but let's talk about his basically talents. So let's uncover his talents and just read about them and get some ideas on what maybe are some of the best ones to use. So if you have the first here talent on equipped, he gets 16.58 defense at the start of the encounter. But what makes this one interesting is that there's chromostones throughout the maps, right? Not every single map has them, and these are basically objects that appear in a certain encounters. When destroyed, they deal damage or grant a specific effect to the target within range. So when you do these, actually Wally has a single hit and it can just detonate. So basically that's kind of cool. So that's why I have that one unlocked, or equipped, I should say. He also gets a 16.58 health at the start of the encounter. If an enemy with a shock is defeated, Wally gains 1 junk buff for 10 seconds, and that has a stack of 10. Okay, whenever the enemy, an enemy with a buff is defeated, Wally has a 85.71 chance of gaining a junk buff for 10 seconds, and that also has a stack of 10. When an ally buff expires or is purged, Wally grants them a 4.14% armor. And if an enemy has a buff removed or purged, Wally has 85.71 chances of gaining a junk buff for 10 seconds, and that also has a stack of 10. Each time an enemy debuff is removed, expires, or is cleansed, Wally has a 79.22 chance of gaining a junk buff for 10 seconds, a max stack of 10. If an enemy has a buff purge, Wally grants all allies 3.34% of armor. Now, all these talents are at the max level, guys. So ideally, you're probably thinking to yourself, what are junk buffs? He's gaining a ton of those. A buff is unique to Wally. A junk buff is and are treated as 0% attack buff. So why is he gaining so many buffs? Well, my idea is that it has to do with his core ability. So whenever any buff on Wally expires, he gains a 5% armor. Now, when unlocking those talents, those are kind of high percentages of him gaining buffs for 10 seconds consistently. And plus, every 10 seconds, he gains another defensive buff for 10 seconds. So there's going to be buffs and buffs and buffs and buffs on Wally, and ideally that is what makes him even stronger, what makes him even tankier. So keep those things in mind as you're using Wally, or as you want to go and grab this Guardian. He is basically needing tons of buffs to make him even stronger. Now, some of his traits, he is short, he's a Pixar, he's a goofball, and he is high tech. So if you need this guy because you don't have strong goofballs, or you don't have goofballs and you get them, just know that you're getting a strong tank added to your team, okay? And if you need them for high tech or Pixar or shorts, that is going to be your options. Now, questions on it. I do know some of the abilities of the other ones, but who is part of the short team? Oh, we got Scrooge, we got Wally, we got a couple of strong Guardians that are part of the short team, so he's going to be joining them. I just figured I'd look because I did not know. Okay, so I want to go into story mode chapter 3 in expert mode, and we're going to be jumping into 3-1. Why this specific one? Well, it has to do with the team power. So my current team power using these Guardians is at 5,600. The recommended power is just a little over that at 5,750. So we're going to be actually using Wally as our main Guardian right in the middle, and then we're going to be taking, actually what I want to do is, because he does not have any healing, I want to create a team of just support teams around him. Do I have any other supports that I might want to consider? Well, not at the moment. These are my two strongest supports there. So we're going to be using them and just see if we can gain those buffs and how much healing. Of course, he's not level 100 at the moment, but we're going to see how that healing works on Wally. So here I want to take a second to talk about this talent. So when there is a chromostone like you're seeing here, he actually hits it and it explodes instantly. So we're going to be seeing that take place just now. All right, I did want to go out and check to see how that those little items destroyed. You saw that in the middle. I already forgot what the name was. All right, so let's go pop a heal. And so now Wally has, let's pop another from Scrooge. And okay, we're done with the fight. So we might want to get into more difficult content here. Now, he does knock back people around him. So here we're going to be seeing his special ability take place. Basically, it's the knockback that happens as soon as he launches the special, and you'll see him just knock back everybody around his circle. There we go. So that is a knockback on everybody that's around him. Let's get some more healing. Let's get some healing from Scrooge now. Again, keep in mind, none of that is gonna be. He's gonna be healing here at the moment, and we're gonna knock back him. Okay. So now let's actually go and see if we can get that third healing that he's gonna gain. So you can see them, or he got knocked back. You can see them right above his special. Now he's at 3. Now that he's at 3, once I knock back and launch that special, where is... So here I do want to point out that he currently has 3 heal charges, and I kept calling him wrong the whole entire time where Hero was giving him some heals, but it wasn't. They were actually coming from Scrooge. I do want to point out that his current health, he has lost some health. So you can see it from his health bar there at the top left. And once he launches his special, he's going to lose those heal charges and he's going to be able to gain that health. And again, keep in mind, this is the only way you can support this Guardian when it comes to his health. And so it's an incredible amount of health when he receives it, especially if you can get him to Sig ability 100. He should gain some healing. There you go. 350 is what we saw him heal. And if you can see his heal bar, it is quite strong there at the top. Let's go and see what his heavy looks like. There you go. Nice. Let's pop another healing. Heal charge. And let's go with the special. And we knock him back. Very good. So, boy, my healing support team definitely dropped that down and everybody walked out with 100% health. Okay, interesting. All right, let's go right into the boss. So he should be a good counter for Maleficent with his knockback on his special. Just got to remember to use it. Oh, there we go. I don't know if that actually knocked her back. We're dealing tons of damage here. So right now, we're going to knock our special. We should be healing. So Wally is very tanky, guys. Have you noticed that he's not losing much health? Yes, I have the support team, but don't worry. They are not providing any healing, as you can see. But he's not losing any health at all. Like, he's just... Sorry about that. My capture card just kind of fell there. So down she goes. One thing I want to go back in there and test and just see the tankiness of Wally. Okay, because my Scrooge was very close in dying. So I took control of Wally there, and I was using him and moving him around. The other thing I want to go out there and do is basically not have him be moved. Like, I don't want to have him in the center. So let's take him out and let's actually control. Let's control hero, and let's put Wally there. And now let the AI control him and see how the gameplay is different when we don't control Wally. Because every time you control a guardian, of course, you can showcase stronger guardians because that's how they perform. You move them, they are better. But let's keep him in picture, see how he does, and we'll just kind of, help from afar here. See if he is tanky enough to actually stay in the fight and be sustainable there. Let's see how he works out. Let's just take a look here. We'll be switching between Scrooge, maybe getting some coins there. Okay, it looks like he's taking a huge beating right now. Interesting. All right, now he's got his special 3, a special with 3 heals, and he's healing some. Very nice. Okay, so the healing did come clutch there for him. We're gonna go with the armor. So ideally, he's getting stronger and stronger for each buff that he gets, right? So keep that in mind. Let's pop a heal so we can start working on his healings. Pop that special. And see how sustainable he is if, again. Kind of low on health right now. Let's help him out a little bit here. All right, now he's gonna heal. Pop the healing. Again, we're not doing much. We're just wanting to see how he performs when the AI controls him. Okay, let's pop another heal. Okay, and all we're looking for is just Wally to see how sustainable he is, okay? Like, he's taking a beating there. Now he's gonna go up to... There you go. He took out Maleficent. Okay, so yeah, we had to give him a little bit of a help, a little support there, but he definitely took Maleficent and the other guardians down there. So that was kind of nice. Okay.